Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
start record. Double click.
And then you can just label the markers, whatever the conversation is about. And where do you think is appropriate, like, when they change the subject, basically. And
All right, guys.
And we'll do that for now while these guys are doing that.
And let me just share this.
I'll share it over.
I'll share it on my wall, though. Hey guys, okay, just doing my little bit here. Star is live. Which means it's Monday. Post. Alrighty. Here, Robbie. You want to come say hi to your dad? All right, okay. Put that over there, should be fine. Hey guys, okay, we're doing this. Joel is here, Alex is here, Robbie is here. Look at all those. All right, I'm gonna put some. Okay, well that's just there. Some love. I'm sending myself some love here. Aw, thanks, Alex. Okay. First coffee of the day. Made it till noon. Well, I had a few sips at home. That was about it. Okay, guys. So, while we warm up, self-love. Yes, Joel. You know all about that. It is Monday, July 31st. We are a week into our latest challenge after a very interesting voting round. And I imagine we're going to talk a little bit about that today. What else are we talking about? We're talking about, we're saying goodbye to a few more people this week. We'll get into that in a minute. There were lots of questions from the last judging round. We'll get into those as well. Some news about our creator YouTube channel, things like that. And apparently it is Harry Potter's fictional birthday today. Is that correct?
It is.
Yeah. So the Wizarding World is celebrating. Yeah, we've actually been inundated a little bit by Harry Potter at home lately. My daughter just re-watched all of them this past week before going away to camp. I'm being encouraged to finally pick up book 4. But it's been so long, I feel like I have to start again at book 1 and read them all again. And I just don't have that kind of time on my hands. So instead, I'll just binge watch terrible television. So, okay, where are we starting today? We have some news about a few of, this will come as no big surprise for any of you who's following the Creators Group. Yeah, a couple people have decided not to move forward in the competition. Should I do a fresh start before we get into this again? We're a few minutes into it. We've got a few people watching. How many have we got kicking around in here right now? 8 or 9 people? Come on, guys. Where are you? Ryan McNeil has joined. Howdy, Ryan. Welcome to the party. All right, we'll do a fresh start right now. So, today is Monday, July 31st. It is 12:06. We are here with our Startoon Live update. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll get down to some business very shortly. We are saying goodbye to a few people this week in the competition. We currently have 17 moving forward from the last voting round. We'll get into that as well. There was a very active creators group last week. People looking for answers, people looking for advice, people talking to each other, which is always amazing. I'm happy to address some of that stuff right here and try to give you guys a little bit of a hand. We'll deal with some of those questions here and the latest Startoon video, which came out last week, which you should be watching. So, first order of business, those who are leaving us this week. So let's address it. Let's talk about last week's voting. We had an upset. We had to kind of call an audible on Monday. There were problems with our voting mechanics. Not something I like to talk about, but I will because it has to be talked about. Hi, Ryan. Yeah, we had some websites. Now, basically, like we got 1.2 million votes in 1 week last week, or 2 weeks ago during the voting round. That's about the same as we used to get. So this year we've compressed the voting round into that period of time, 1 week. And last year it used to be kind of open-ended for the entire challenge. Although most of it did happen at the last minute because there were only so many videos that would come up at the last minute. But we are still seeing a very concentrated voting week. And 1.2 million votes in 1 week was more than we could handle. So, I mean, which is awesome. And don't hesitate. You guys, I want to see you load us up and break us again. Because we want to just put all that pressure on our web team to get it right. So we did, there were fixes going on throughout the week. There were, votes were being cached, and so they were not, although they weren't showing up, they were there, they were being counted. But we did have up until Sunday at least one last little glitch that I certainly felt that it was not, that there was any room for doubt in our voting mechanic. We had to make some kind of decision. There were options available to us. Those options were we just dump the voting round entirely for that round, which to me, a lot of people still voted, and it was like a lot of you guys voted, and it was a ton of work and a ton of effort, and we didn't want that to all be for naught. So dumping the wild card to me was not an option. We could have figured out a way on the Monday that day to try to do some kind of maybe talk to our judges and see if they wanted to input into the wild card. Figure out a plan B for the wild card itself. Again, it's sort of that again negates all the voting that's been done up until that point, and it didn't feel like the fair way forward. So option 3, which is the best that we could think of, was to own it, that there had been we had an issue, and to move everybody forward, to acknowledge the effort of everyone moving in, and to find the only fair way was to expand the wild card to encompass everybody. So we still had our top 10. We proceeded with our judging round as normal. We had our in-house judges, Brandon Lane, Kirsten Hurd, Jay Stevens, and we had 2 out-of-house judges. We had Christopher Updike from NBC Universal, and we had Dina Pitt from Cartoon Network. And so we proceeded, and we did all our usual routine. We voted, we had comments, we did our runners-up, we did everything. So there was still a top 10. But that wild card expanded to being beyond just 1 to the entire other 10 moving forward. So what that puts us in a position right now is that we got everybody got a second chance to show us what you got, and we have a very intense round on our hands right now. Normally, coming up to the finals, we would be picking 3 finalists and 1 wild card. We still have to have a little discussion internally here as to how this will affect the judging going forward. Whether we expand that group of finalists maybe a little broader, add a couple more spots there. So this is a topic for conversation here at Startoon with our executive producers, with everybody, to figure out what's the best way to move forward. Because as it stands right now, there are a lot of you guys competing for 3+1 spots. Now, on that note, so last round we had Willa step out. They watched the commentary. They understood what was being asked of them in terms of their production and their idea. And the worry about Willa was that if you tried to move it into something more comedic, because it was not particularly comedic. Everybody really liked it, but was it a 6 to 11 comedy? And no, it wasn't. Shifting it into a 6 to 11 comedy, more comedic, becomes the decision of the creator at that point. And the creators looked at that, and we always say, will something survive that? Will it break it? Will it break the idea? And they decided themselves that shifting it would break the idea. That Willa needs to be what Willa is, and trying to move it into something else was not true to what they were trying to do. So the Willa team stepped away. Right now, we've had 3 more in this round. Now, I mean, to be fair, there were 20 people moving into this round. So to have 3 step away is not a tremendous shock. What's gone down is that Brad Weaver, a perennial contributor, one of our most engaged Startooners. Brad has decided to step away with TK. Sounds like there's a lot going on in Brad's life. New house, extra work, all kinds of things. And as much as we love having Brad here, and as much as we love having TK in this, and as much as we've watched Brad from the beginning of last year progress as a creator and move forward, we completely understand where Brad is coming from, and we completely respect his decision. Brad, you will be missed, and thank you so much for your continued support and engagement in Startoon. And I hope you're listening, and I hope you're not going away, and I hope this is not the last we've seen of you. We need you, man, and we love having you around. So hopefully you're going to still be around in the creators group. Hopefully you're going to still be getting involved and talking to people, but I know you got a lot on your plate, so thank you. And we bid a fond farewell to TK. Hopefully this last week, not the last we have seen of TK and Brad. The next one is Bijan Shahir with Stanley. I think a very similar situation whereby the judges weren't sure that, a similar situation to Willa, weren't sure that Stanley was really hitting that 6 to 11 mark. And Bijan has pulled Stanley from moving forward. Again, now I got to say, Stanley was one of my personal favorites. I have a soft spot for exactly that kind of tone and what Bijan was trying to do. Again, hopefully not the last we have heard from Bijan, hopefully not the last we have heard from Stanley, but a huge thank you for getting this far, for taking part, for listening, and for being a part of this. This stuff is always just huge for me that you guys even step up and get involved in the first place. So thank you, and hopefully, Bijan, we will see more of you soon. And the last one, again, this pains me. Alexis Giroux, Galactic Space Ninja. Alexis, again, someone who was with us last year, and really is putting out something that's really cool and really weird, and the judges just don't know what to do with it, and does it fit this, and is it a 6 to 11 comedy, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if it is, but I know I like it. I like it a lot. I was actually, so like my ask of the guys who are stepping away in these circumstances, like if you're not too busy, like I'm saying to Alexi, you should just do the next challenge anyhow and disregard, just put another round out there of whatever the hell you want it to be. And let's see it, and let's just see you take another step forward, and whether it's going to be, but I get it. Again, I will say it one more time. Hopefully not the last we've seen of Alexis. Hopefully not we've even seen the last of Galactic Space Ninja. I personally would love it if someone came along with a bucket of money and threw it at Alexis and said, let's make a feature. Because I would love to see a Galactic Space Ninja feature. I think that would be so bananas, and would probably find an amazing home on the festival circuit. So these three guys, super huge thank yous. We've crossed you off on the big wall, and we wish you all the best. And as always, guys, just thank you so much for doing this. But we will, put my hat over there, and thank you so much, and all that business. So that is that. You guys, I love you, I appreciate it, and we will see you next time, hopefully. So, what's next? Questions from the last judging. There were a lot of them here on the page. Let me just scroll back and see if I can find a little bit. There were a lot immediately. So the other thing is, okay, we also, for those of you who were not part of the actual process, last week's judging video had to remain private. Okay, we made it available to all the competitors, but because of some rights issues with one of our judges, we couldn't clear it for public use. We are going to cut up a little edit so that there are some highlights that go out, and they'll do a little finale video for that. But not everything could be included in that, okay? So let me address a few things that I'm seeing on the wall. Jonathan Coit, watched the judge's video and determined that Lumberjack is going to come back with 100% more cat. Well, you know what? Adina will not be one of our judges next time around, so you're probably safe if you come back with more cat. Adina was, strangely enough, she seemed to have a thing against cat pitches, and we did hear from her that as soon as she was finished with the judging session, she got pitched a cat show right afterwards. So this seems to be a retaliation. We're looking at more cats. Brad Weaver, there's Brad's. going down. Okay. So this is the overall consensus, and this was from Jonathan as well. So much like Max and Rob have posted on the site, they're looking for any insights about Lumberjack, about their various projects. You're all doing amazing work. I'd love any advice or suggestions that we're willing to share. I'll do my best to share my thoughts. Private message, look forward to hearing from you. So that's Jonathan asking for feedback from everybody. Max did the same thing, reaching out to you, to any and all, for feedback on latest entry. I knew I was missing an X factor and the writing was wordy, but I'm thrown by the massive collective met it elicited from the judges. I'm obviously a big idiot, need your help. Feel free to message me with assistance and or baked goods. He's willing to accept baked goods as well, Max. And Alexis Giroux as well. No, that's an access point. Where's the next one? There was one other one. Where'd it go? Anyhow, the overall questions seem to be about just getting feedback. We had questions about how to make something more kid-friendly, how to own what it is. If you guys are asking, let's hear the questions at forum right now. This is a good place for it while we're doing this, and anybody can jump in and provide answers. Hey, Michael, saying hello to you too. We got Ryan and we got Michael Peterson from the Auto Festival here. Okay, so as far as questions, I mean, Max, are you here, Max? I don't think you are. I don't know who we got. Who we got in the room right now, essentially? Where do I find it?
Hold your cursor over watching now.
What's that? Where does it say?
Hold your cursor over watching now.
Oh, hold my cursor over watching now. Where is watching now? Sorry, I'm not great at this. On the video details?
No, just on the main screen or over like so you can see this. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking to see who's here. Max Piercig, anybody like that? Any of the guys who are currently needing advice and help and that kind of stuff. So I will say, last week, Andy Greeley, last year's champ, did jump on the Facebook group, on the creators group, and offered a lot of advice and insight. And it was great. It was really great. I'm going to scroll down right now and get to that. Andy has, for a guy who is busy working away on his own project, he has been super involved and paying attention to everything going on this year. He wrote like 3 or 4 paragraphs on what he thought you guys should be looking at. And I have to, it's tough for me because I don't want to tell you guys what to do. Okay, it's not my job. But Andy won this last time around. If you have not read it, go and read it. Okay, this round is the party trick. It is short. It's 30 seconds. It's a slightly shorter production period as well. So we try to keep the video short. This is about making people laugh. But Andy's suggestion is you still want to be showing off what your show is. You still want to start branding this thing. So there were questions about like even Pepper Monterey. Pepper Monterey is one of the top picks. But even that, they were looking at and saying, we love these characters. We love the dynamic between them. The judges were saying like there's something there, but what's the show? Certainly Charlie with what's it called? Where's Charlie's?
Harry and Shelley?
Harry and Shelley. So Harry and Shelley has a very strong hook in that they are space pizza delivery drivers. So that gives you the hook of the show. And that's always present in his challenges. So while he is providing all of this character stuff right up front, he's still making sure to always be showing what the show's about at the same time. And that's starting to prove itself as a really worthwhile approach because the judges are noticing. Okay, so as you move into this challenge, as you move into the party trick, maybe the thing is to present it in a scenario in your world, in your show, and what this would look like in terms of like how would your character end up in a situation whereby they are presenting their hidden talent, whereby they are doing a party trick, whereby they are trying to impress someone or elicit a laugh. Okay, this is a chance to show a little bit of the world behind it. Throw on a title card. Maybe make it look like you're stepping into an episode. You're just jumping in, like you can flip through the channels and you're jumping in like 2/3 of the way through an episode, and there happens to be a part of a story. So allude to the greater story. Allude to what got you here, and allude to what got you to this place that has your character doing this party trick. That is going to show the judges that there's more to this. I know what we're doing here is about developing your character, and that always has to be at the core of it. But this is it, guys. This is getting really big, and this is getting like we're competing for $25,000. So this is where you got to start digging a little deeper and seeing what else you got and what else you can bring to the table. This is important. This is where we distinguish between people who are at this level and people who are playing up here. Okay, there are a lot of really good creators involved in this year, and you guys are just, I mean, it's amazing. But only one can win. Okay, and I want this to be a nail biter. I want to get down to the wire and not know who's going to take this. And this next round is huge that way. So please go and read Andy's little commentary there. There's a lot of really great advice. And speaking of advice, we also recorded a podcast late in the week last week. So we want to try to get it out for you guys last week with something very immediate. So we reached back out to Andy, and we got Joel McKenzie, creator of Tough Palm from last year. These are two guys whose shows are both in development now. Tough Palm didn't win, okay? But we all liked it so much, and it's different and it's cool that we went back and we put it into development along with Sonny and Bentley. And it's a very different kind of show, and there wasn't as much budget to put it in development, but there's still some budget there. We found some money, and both of these guys are developing their shows right now with Wild Seed. So there is a ton of advice in there. First, it's a little update on where they're at, all that kind of stuff. But when you get into it with the two of them, they start to tell you exactly what they would do if they were in your position. Okay, they're both two very different creators. They come out from a very different approach, but it's all in there. You need to listen to that podcast from last week. It's right there on the wall. I'm going to grab the link right now again. YouTube.
Oh, I just shared it.
You shared it? Okay, sorry, I'm not watching in the same spot right now. So stop. Okay, let me go back. So this guys, this is really absolutely necessary stuff right now. Yeah, I mean, the idea that you're not watching this kind of thing. I mean, and you are. I hope you are. And while you're over there, if you go to our YouTube, a little thumb, click on that thumb that goes up. Let's vote this thing because we actually got some. This is where I get sad. We're getting a couple of downvotes on YouTube on some of our podcasts.
Don't tell people that.
I'm telling. This is our club. This is our gang. This is the guys I need. This is I can tell them. This is my safety zone. Go over to our YouTube channel and upvote because I'm insecure about it, and I want the upvotes on YouTube.
We are doing just fine on the YouTube channel. We have lots of thumbs up, way more thumbs up than thumbs down, and any press is good press. Okay, so a thumbs down means someone interacted with our video, so I'm happy.
That's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm insecure.
Okay.
I want those thumbs. I want those upvotes. Help us out here. Help keep this smile on my face. Okay. Thank you, Amy, for all your support. So that's what's going on over there. Now, I do want to say though, Amy was able to report to me our creators channel on YouTube has currently over 20,800 views.
Woo!
So I mean yes, all these things are making us very happy, and you guys are putting it's awesome. I mean, hopefully there's thank you. Hopefully there's value in there for you. Hopefully the stuff we're making, the content we're making, is valuable to you guys, and it's nice for you to be listened to while you're at work and all that kind of crap. But yeah, it's 20,000 cumulative views. I think that's pretty huge for us. I'm really ecstatic. I'm really happy. Because I enjoy doing these things. The podcasts are a ton of fun. I'm not sure what we've got coming up next. We've got the Paul Souls one is in the pipe. We were talking to Trent Corey from Disney, from DreamWorks. No, Disney. We've got one coming up with Colin Jack from DreamWorks. Sorry? Eric Bauza, voice actor, Emmy Award nominated voice actor Eric Bauza. That one's coming up. So there's a bunch of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope that you guys are enjoying it too. I know we get to listen to my voice all the time, but I think we're making something that for me is stuff that I would have wanted to be watching, or I would want to be watching and listening to right now. And I really just hope you guys are enjoying it. So on all of that, yes, we are hoping that we have a smoother voting around next time around. We are working on fixes. Our web team are. We've had a long list of all the issues, and they're testing everything, and we're hoping it's not going to be a problem this time around. We hope you guys are okay with the solution that we came up with. In my mind, it was the only fair way to proceed, and that was really at the core of what we had to do. We had to do something fair. for everybody. So that's why we've got what we got. And I think we got a hell of a competition in our hands now with 17 people moving forward. So all that being said, happy birthday, Harry Potter. If there are any questions, now's the time for them. I'm not really seeing a lot in here. I kind of thought that we would be getting more questions today based on the level of questioning happening on the site, on the creators page. But if you guys are good and if you guys are moving forward and if you guys are just toiling away and happy with where you're at, then I don't need to talk a whole lot more. So, anything? Nothing popping up anywhere else? No, it's a quiet room today.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's no problem for me. We're at 12:20, so about 20 minutes of this thing today. Not too long. Who wants a Hug Death T-shirt? I'm thinking of making. I gotta wait for the lag to catch up. See if anybody says yes.
Oh, here we go from Fred. We have a question. Why not have a panel of kid judges to get the wild card instead of the clapping for more accurate viewer feedback?
Who's Fred? Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Where did that question pop up?
Oh, it's Fred and Rob.
Oh, where are they asking? Where are they watching this from? Is it on the...
On the Facebook page, not the group.
Ah, okay, there's more than one place. So we are a work in progress, and we've talked about this kind of thing. Certainly the Shaw Rocket Fund has a panel of kids. So we trade it off in terms of value. So we want to make sure that the creators are getting the value of having the broadcaster type judges, because that's part of what we're giving to the creators. We're trying to broaden the creators' exposure and trying to broaden their create relationships for them with broadcasters. So that's part of our kind of goal by having the panel of judges that we do, is that like last year it legitimately happened that some of our creators, even ones that didn't win, walked away with relationships with these various broadcasters. So that's an important factor. We're moving towards something a little more like that in that this year, because the wild card is also important to us. First of all, we do like the element of chaos that it brings to the table, and we like having those 1.2 million votes. And we like having those kinds of numbers, and those things are fun, and it should be fun. So that is something that's kind of important to us. We have introduced the rotating spot in our jury, and in the last round, the wild card vote, which last year the wild card only went as far as the as far as the finals to get you into the finals. This year the wild card vote will count for one of the votes cast in the finale. Now, to your point of why not have a kids panel, we have been debating having a kids panel accounting for one of the votes. We don't want to do away with the judges in the way they are right now, because we really, really think we want those eyes on the competition. We want those eyes feeding back. The feedback from the various judges are really important to creators, as you guys well know. And it seems to be one of the important pieces of this, to provide that kind of feedback. And getting that feedback from these broadcast professionals without offering them the judging spot is probably not a strong takeaway. We need to give them that role in order to get that feedback. So that's important. We are looking at how we try to incorporate a kids vote in a more constructive way. We did consider that last round having that other spot be a little kids panel, but we are also trying to keep value in the wildcard vote. The goal with the kids channel is to expand that kids audience, so that wildcard vote isn't just a friends and family vote from the creators. And we're looking at this, what works and what doesn't, from year to year. This is only year 2. Okay, this is only our second time doing this. We made some changes based on what happened last year. We're looking at what's the reality is this year now, and we're going to have, we'll get to the end, and we'll have some review of that, and we'll see what moves forward. So all this feedback, though, we do want it. We've had people say things like, I know Ali was suggesting that a few weeks ago that Startoon should be some kind of an in-house residency where you're making content in-house with mentorships. Great. That's something we're going to take into consideration. I don't know how effectively we could do that. Maybe that's not Startoon anymore. Maybe that's something else. I don't know. But I always want feedback from you guys. I always want input. I always want to know how we can do this better. We don't know from year to year if what's going to happen in terms of coming back, and we like to think that we're here to stay and it's something that's always going to be. But maybe it has to take a slightly different shape. We don't know. So you guys are important to this process. You're the ones who are engaged in it. We took a lot of feedback from creators last year. I'm always listening. I'm always talking to people. I want to know. I want to know what you need. I want to know what the creative community needs out of this. If we've got some budget to make things and to do this, how should we be doing it better? So that is a topic that will come up again. And it's a topic that I always want to hear it from you guys about. If you want to email us directly, or if you want to just throw it out here on Facebook, whatever you want to do, share it. Okay. I know in saying that sort of invites, it's the internet, it invites some crackpottery. I don't think most of the people watching this fall into that category. But we have had some odd suggestions in the past from people who don't really understand what we're doing. But whatever, I'll take 5 of those. I'll take 10 of those if it gets me one good suggestion. So do talk to us, okay? We want that, and it is the kids panel is something that we are always debating how to do properly and how to have it complement what we're doing here already, as opposed to take the place of, because we do feel that broadcaster panel is absolutely crucial to the feedback for you guys. Okay? Anything else? Hopefully that answers the question for them.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah? Now, those are our Hazan creators, I believe. Oh, no, that's somebody else. That was the Ronies? That was a Roni?
Yeah, this was Fred and Rod.
Yeah.
Fill in
Okay.
space.
What's that?
Fill in space.
Fill in space. Oh, right. Of course. Okay, cool. Okay, if there are no other questions, then we will wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for being here as always. I want to thank you guys for all your patience last week. And yeah, we're coming up again pretty fast with the next round. So get your stuff in, ask questions, whatever you need. But go watch the Andy Greeling and Joel McKenzie video. It's gold. All right, it's going to help you a lot. And if we get enough questions on here, maybe I'll pop on later in the week again and answer some more. Okay, so throw it at us, and we'll see what we can do to help. All right, guys, that is it for Monday, July 31st. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share as always, and yeah, good luck. We'll talk to you guys sooner than later. See ya. Okay.
I think you're still live, my dear.
What? It's gone.
Oh, look at ya.
No, I need to know.
You're good. Put it here in this.